Hey guys, in this video here, I'm going to be explaining how I got into reselling and why we wanted to get into it part-time and how much we've made. So if you're watching this video on Instagram, check out my link in my profile, click our YouTube channel, subscribe, and if you like what we're doing, I'm going to be creating at least 2 videos a week of content, of kind of advice that I can give you, whether you're in the military and you want to do this part-time, or if you're just, someone that wants to make extra income. This is an easy way to be able to do it and to be able to get into either Amazon, eBay, or Mercari. All right, so the first question is, where do I start? And that's probably the number one question is, you've never had an eBay account, you never had an Amazon seller account. You've probably might have posted some things on Craigslist or Facebook, but actually trying to run it as a business can be complicated. So where I started at, I've had my eBay profile for over a decade and a half. I had my eBay account since 2005. I had a rating over 100 transactions, whether I sold or bought. So I had a pretty decent profile already starting. I started this back in December, probably the beginning of December when we first started posting things. And where I could tell you what we did was we started just with local items that we had in our house, whether they were uniforms, I had old military uniforms, she had clothes, electronics that we didn't use, a snowboard outfit, plus also snowboard equipment that I didn't use. Sold all that and made a pretty decent profit. And what I've done is I've turned that money into additional capital in order to reinvest and buy things. And now we are going to thrift stores. We're going online for wholesale. So there's a lot of options where you want to be able to find items. And in near future videos, I'll be creating our next video where we went to Las Cruces and I went through a couple of thrift stores and a couple of Ross and Marshalls and kind of showing you what I look for and what I know that sells for myself. So it rolls into the next question is, what do I sell? So I sell various items, from military items, antiques, collectibles, video games, toys. And so it's seasonal based and for the most part, but I've had success selling a lot of toys. Baseball cards are becoming a very big hot item at the moment. And so it just depends on what your niche is. Yes, it is to be good in a niche, but also it's good to be in a grand scale of different items in order to expand your business. How much should I charge per item? So this is all dependent on what the actual cost is during what you're selling. So one thing that I'll show you in this video here is going through an actual sold comp for eBay, and that's how I determine what I need to be able to sell in order for me to make a profit that can turn a profit over. And I try to go lower than what has sold or what is currently listed and still come up on profit. I use Amazon, eBay, or Mercari, or any other sources. So Mercari is kind of brand new. It's a Japanese company that has came out with an app. It's pretty friendly. I like it that it integrates the shipping into your cost, but at the same time, I haven't had very great success as I do on eBay, and I've actually started picking up traffic on Amazon. And I'll show you just real quick on my Amazon on this video before we move on to the next question, and kind of showing you what I've done for the past couple of days, just starting to sell. Actually, I have a pile of books right here that is ready to go to Amazon, and kind of showing you what I can sell on Amazon and what you can sell on Amazon to make a profit. When did you start? So as I mentioned in the beginning, I started this full-time or part-time, going full forth back in beginning of December. And to this date, I've made about on eBay $3,500 gross net. So probably take 18% off of that with shipping and everything else. And that includes eBay fees, PayPal fees, and then some items I charge for shipping and some items I don't. And then on Amazon, I've made about up to $80 right now in profit for the last probably last week. Things are starting to pick up on Amazon. And then on Mercari, I've made about $60. I've sold a VHS player and also a DVD VHS combo that I resource for free. How often do you go sourcing for new items? So I normally try to go sourcing. I try to post at least every day if possible. I have a whole box over here that's just full of stuff, but I try to go sourcing at least once a week whether that's the same Goodwill stores, Savers, and also markdown clearance places like Ross Dress for Less, Marshalls, and a couple others. Target's another good place that has clearance. But you always want to look for items that are going to be benefit a profit for you, whether you sell them you know, on eBay or on Amazon. Being full-time Army, is this hard? And I'm going to say no. And the only downside is if you are a single soldier, then yes, it is going to be hard. Or a single service member, it is going to be hard, but it isn't impossible. Being that you have to go TDY, you have to go out to the field, whatever the case may be, or you deploy, of course, all your business stops. Unless you do just strictly Amazon. Now, if you do Amazon fulfillment, where if you have an Amazon account and you see Amazon Prime, that means that you send your items to Amazon, and Amazon takes care of everything from there when it comes to the customer service, returns, the sell. That's all covered by Amazon. Now, you pay Amazon the fees because they're giving you a referral of a market of a mass amount of people. But for the most part, overall, Amazon's pretty much hands off. So even if you were to deploy or you left the area, if you give your business to somebody else in your absence, have them do the selling and shipping off to Amazon in your absence, and you give them a percentage, you still can keep running your business as is. And then when you come back, just pick up where you left off. Can I do this while living in the barracks? Absolutely. Now, granted, space given the space which you have in the barracks may be a considering factor, but it can be done. I've seen soldiers in barracks in the Army have piles of shoes lined up in the rooms, but these are their personal shoes. But it is possible. But even at the same time, you get a couple of people to go in on business with you. Go get a storage unit, a small storage unit, so you can have an inventory where you can stock up things, and you don't have to ship same day. You can sit on eBay where you can be able to ship, give it 3 business days in order for you to be able to ship it out. How much do I need to invest? So you really can start off with literally $50 and have no issues with this. And the case being is that once you find things that you have laying around that you don't need anymore, if you have gear that you know that you're not going to have to turn in, sell it. And there's going to be a buyer out there. Believe it or not, there's people that buy things that you just be like, oh my gosh, why would they even want to buy this? I haven't, it's not needed. And so don't always use that mentality, but understanding that there's a buyer for something else. Will you create more videos? Yes. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I do have a new video in the works. What we just did yesterday, going to Las Cruces, New Mexico, just right up the road from El Paso. I went to a few stores on the way out, and then also all the stores that we could find. Went through between Goodwill, a local thrift store. Let's see here, what else? A local thrift store, went to Savers, and then I went to Marshalls and Ross, which were right next to each other. And I was able to source a few things. And in the video, what I want to do in the future is things that I find, and then also at the same time what I posted, what I listed as, because what's being sold for, and then turn around, make a video in the future of things that I've sold, and then go back and kind of show you what I found, how much I made, and then what the profit was based on everything that was sold. So I want to be able to create a following on this. Hopefully, you're interested in this. If you're interested in getting out of debt faster or trying to save up, and mainly this is for us to be able to get out of debt a lot faster than what we want to do within the 6 years, but also supplement our traveling. So we just came back from Costa Rica back in November, and we loved it. And we want to be able to find a way to not have to always use our own personal income, and use this as a source of income to be able to supplement for our travel expenses across the world wherever we go.